Oh, hello, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, so I just wanted to kind of start off by saying, hi, I have a new brand on Twitch and I'm very excited about it. So as a lot of you know, I've gone into writing horror, which I'm super duper excited about. Um, but the other thing is that I am writing my third book to be queried, and I'm hoping to query that in August. Um, Now, something has come up that's kind of like shifted my deadline a little bit. So I want to, well, number one, I just need to work. So I need to hit 2,000 words today is the goal. If I go over it, that's great. I'm already at 1,000. So yeah, I don't want to take up too much time talking, but if you guys are coming in, whether you're seeing this like while I'm live or later, like go ahead and drop in the comments what you're working on during these sprints today. And I would love to hear just kind of more about your projects. So, the reason that I'm not changing my deadline. um, I have been invited into this like beta group um, to test out this querying intensive. So, and I have notes here on like what it's actually going to be about, and I'm really excited. And we're not going to use the word boot camp. We're going to use the word intensive. But what we're going to be working on is like our query, our synopsis, a log line, a pitch, and the first 3 chapters. So like those are the biggest 5 things that an agent can ask for on Query Tracker. And of course, I've been working on these things, and I've queried twice already. So I feel like I have a good handle on a lot of these things, but obviously I want to enhance my skills. I always want to continue to keep going, and continue to just make my project sound irresistible, right? So, um, yeah, the plan is to just lock it in. It's going to be a 4-week intensive with modules and discussion boards, and our editor that's like putting this on. I love her. You'll hear more about her in the blog that I'm going to put up soon. But yeah, I think for me, I just need to make sure that this manuscript is the best that I can make it before we get to that point. Um, So again, I've been yapping, but I'm gonna jump into sprints today. I'm hoping to do 2-ish hours because then I've got to run to Floor and Decor to pick out some tile for my new bathroom. So you'll see that in the vlog as well. So we're gonna jump on into sprints. If I can remember all of my different screens. Hi, friend, how are you? I saw you were sprinting recently, and I was so sick in bed and I couldn't make it. But I'm hoping that you guys were super productive or not and just having fun. But yeah, as I was saying, I really need to jump into sprints. Thank you. I am feeling a lot better today. Um Last stream, I don't know if you remember, but like my voice was almost gone. Now I feel like we're almost like back to 100%. So, I'm hoping just to like keep moving in that direction. But I've got 1,000 words done today already. I need 1,000 more to hit my daily goal. I'm hoping to have my Act 2 completely done by next week. So, my handy dandy um, planning page to keep me on track. So, really, I need to have about 10,000 words this week. I need to have about 10,000, maybe 12,000. Yes, thank you for lurking. I really appreciate you. I'm really just here for the accountability, if we're being honest. I'm hoping to have about 10 to 12,000, even 14 if I'm really on a roll next week. And then the following week, the last week of June, the last full week of June, I'm on PTO, and I'm hoping to get about 8 to 10,000 that week for my finale. So I don't really have a whole lot more to say. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the Pomo. If I can remember how to do it. Let's go ahead and do a 25. Would be amazing. Incredible. So good luck, everybody. I hope that you're gonna get the words flowing, get the laundry going, whatever you're doing while you're hanging out with us today. Gosh, that seemed so fast. Um, wow, okay, so quiet afternoon, but I am now at 1,300 for the day, so not bad. I can definitely hit my 2,000 word goal for today. And just like a quick aside, I don't love, let me switch to chatting. I don't love the idea of word tracking, and it's for a couple of reasons. Number one, we've seen it with NaNoWriMo, how it's not, it like getting words down is great, but like if they're shit words, then like what's the point? You know what I mean? And I think that's the reason that I don't stop myself from going back to edit. Like I want my first drafts to be like decently clean, decently like good in terms of continuity. So I try not to use words to track progress, but like at the end of the day, like it is a metric that we can all kind of like understand. So like if I tell you, sorry, I'm also working at this. I'm still working today. If I also tell you that like I'm just over 40,000 in like a 65,000 word book, like I'm past the midpoint, like I'm ramping up to the end, like I'm not quite in the finale yet, but like you can kind of get an idea of like where my story is, right? So that's where I am. I've got like four more people to kill in this story. So yeah, I have a lot to do. But at the same time, like I'm having a lot of fun. I love a slasher vibe. I love a campy vibe, as you guys can see. So yeah, the reason that I need to do 2,000 today is because number one, I really want to finish this chapter and go into the next one. I am actually like really at the end of this chapter. I need to find maybe a different break point here because it's going a little bit long. Like at this point, it is, let's see, it's heading upwards of 3,000. So if I can't finish this chapter in the next 600 words or so, I'm going to have to relook at the structure, make sure that, it's still working, maybe tweak a little bit in terms of pacing before I can move on to the next part. But in this chapter, what's happening is, I don't want to give too much away. Like think of like Final Destination vibes, right? Like you see this thing, you're pretty sure that like you could die from it, but you have to do it anyway because it's your only choice. So that's kind of the predicament that my ensemble cast is in right now. So they are let's see, I'm gonna like tell you who's left, right? So it's my main character left, her best friend, the hotel owner, her son. There's like a tag-along friend who's there, and a boyfriend of someone who's already died. So I've got 6 people left, and by the end of the book, there's going to be 2. So I have a lot to do right now, but I'm really excited. Things are going to start moving like really really fast. Lots of death, a little bit of body horror and gore, like just the things that I really enjoy, not only in books but also in like visual media, like so movies, TV shows, things like that. So that's where I am. I'm gonna do a little bit of a pass on I've got a conversation going between the two main, like the relationship, the friendship, right now. So I'm gonna do another pass of that dialogue and like make sure it's going the way I want it to go. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump back into it because honestly, like no distractions right now is working pretty well for me, and I want to be done. I think I started streaming around 3-ish. I'd like to be done around 5 or 5:30 here so that I can go out and do some errands and things like that before my kids get home. So jumping right back into it, if you are coming in and can't hear y'all can't see my mouse, can't hear the music, I am working really hard to make sure like I understand what's going on with that, because I got a new mic, and so therefore it's not quite like, my settings are just like very, very different. So I've got to go back through and make sure that those are working correctly. But with that being said, let's jump right back into, let's do another 25 minutes. That was a really good time for me. And then we'll do a break. Depending on who's here and who's got things to say, like, we may just like keep rolling. So again, like, let me know what you accomplished in that sprint. If you did, drop it either in the chat on Twitch or down below, and then we'll get started on the next one. Good luck, everybody.
stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay
everyone?
calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down.
I've been involved in a number of cults, both as a leader and a follower. You have more fun as a follower, but you make more money as a leader.
Amazing, you guys. Hi, Raid. How are we? Do you like the new setup? I was trying to like do a little rebrand since I haven't streamed in like 2 years, and I feel like this is more of like what I'm writing now anyway. Oh, yay. Tell me, how is Elise's stream? Tell me all about it. I don't know Elise, but I followed, and I'm so excited to like have another writer to follow, you know? It's hard to find like really good sprinting streams. Oh, hour-long sprints. Wow. That is some crazy focus right there, but honestly, I kind of need it right now for like the part that I'm in. So that's really cool. Really cool. Where did you come from? Were you streaming earlier? You've just had a really productive day. I think I started in Simsy's stream this morning. She was doing 25-minute sprints, which she never does. I don't know if you guys know Simsy. She's a Oh, I need to write that down. I don't have notifications turned on for like almost anyone, and I need to go back and set them up. Okay. Yeah, so Lil Simsy is a sim streamer, and I mean, she's probably the biggest sim streamer I know. But every now and then she'll do like a reading and like focus stream. And so I got a couple of chapters done or like read in Clown in the Cornfield, which I could have a discussion about. The Egg and I. That's not a name that I was given last week. It's not a name. But I also got 1,000 words in between. Okay. Just putting it in my... Oh, sorry for my dog. Putting it in my planner. Amazing. Hi, hello KJ, how are you? I don't know you. Did you come in with the raid? 1,000 words all day though, like not right now. I'm so sorry, my dog is so mad right now. They want to go outside. Give me like 1 second. I will be right back. I didn't have my mic on. KJ, oh my gosh, from a Discord. So to be fair, I wasn't actually expecting anybody to come in from Discord. I'm so excited. Are you gonna sprint with me, or are you just saying hi? I don't have Discord up because it freaks out when I stream. So I haven't been checking my phone much. But I'm so happy you're here. Yeah, so I'm hoping to hit 2,000 before my kids get home. I'm not typically like a afternoon or evening sprinter. Usually after 2 o'clock, my brain is just like done. But again, I've got a deadline. So we gotta get some shit done. Oh, you're so nice. If we're being completely transparent, right? Am I doing this for the algorithm? Absolutely. Because these are so easy to jump on. And even if it's just me, like, I have to hold myself accountable. Like, I'm on camera. I'm going to, like, repost this on my YouTube to, like, kind of build up some, like, backlist videos. And to be quite honest, like, if I can get my sound to work better than what it's doing right now, I'm really hoping that like I can go back and use these videos as like, Pomo videos to keep me on track. But yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. Yeah, such easy content. And to be honest, like I could talk to myself all day long, like it's not a problem. So, and again, it's just like the fact of being on camera, like if I'm sitting here like scrolling on my phone, you guys can see it and it's kind of like a shame thing. Oh, dual stream. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit intimidated by dual streaming. Um, and this converts so quickly, like I don't really think I need to dual stream. And I don't have that many followers or subscribers on YouTube anyway. So like I don't know. I know people do it when they push for like monetization and things like that. So maybe one day, maybe if Bree wants to like stream some sprints with me one day, like I can ride along on her coattails or something. um, yeah, I think my goal is to always be Kate Kavanaugh. She just like, and I know she's been doing it forever, but yeah, I mean I know you're right. I don't personally love. I don't know. There's something about YouTube that I don't love for sprints. I would love to do a co-stream. Um, so like number one, like I don't think my camera is that great. And Nessa, God, isn't she so cute? But I really think that I've nailed it with this mic. I think the mic is really working. But the one thing I do love on YouTube that I need to figure out how to do here is like how can I like grab like a comment and like pin it so like I can talk about it. Like that's one thing that StreamYard does really well that like I wish that like OBS or Streamlabs did. Yeah, Nessa, our little French Nessa, and then you, Vanessa. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just like number one, I'm still trying to get back into the habit of streaming, so I don't want to put too much on myself. And then number two, like Twitch just doesn't really do that. I mean, I watch a lot of Twitch because I work from home and you know I like noise. I think noise helps me concentrate a little bit. So I typically watch people just play like games, whether it's like Dead by Daylight or like the Dark Anthology games. Have you guys? I know I brought this up last stream. I know that I did. But if you have not played the Dark Anthology, like please, please, please do it. Oh, of course you did, KJ. I love that for you. Oh, remind me, are either of you guys doing Muppet on Friday? I know I brought up Muppet last stream, but again, it's been like a week. Because I think that my pitches are fine. I don't really want to work on them today. That might be like a Thursday. Honestly, it's going to be a Thursday morning thing because I want my 5 a.m.ers to like give me their opinion and give me their stamp of approval. But, and then there's the other thing of just being pitched out. And yeah, remind me, you're not on like Blue Sky or Twitter or anything, are you? Exactly, KJ. Which is why like Lil Simsy doing her like Pomodoro like study sprints today was awesome. Okay, Threads scares me. It's just got a lot of like drama. But do I absolutely subscribe to like Lady Whistle threads? I do. I read that every week to like know what's going on. And unfortunately Muppet's not on Blue Sky, which I don't love. At the very least, I really wanted them to be on both. Oh, agreed. Twitter has a lot of drama. I feel like I've cultivated. So the thing with me is like I've been on Twitter since 2010. So like I've really, really cultivated my feeds like to only show what I want, even with the algorithm like doing what it does. Like other than ads, which I can't get away from, and these like DMs from people who are trying to give me passcodes. Like I don't know. I don't love Twitter, but I use it for pitching. And I have a decent number of followers there, so. Yeah, I don't love Meta. I try to stay away from Meta. I don't think it's a very. Break over. Come on, super sweet. Come on. let's just calm down for a minute. Um, yeah, back in the day, Twitter was amazing. But yeah, I think there is a kind of, how do I want to say this nicely? Like a performance to Twitter right now. And maybe not just right now, but like it's more apparent. Like I had an old CP that used to say like, "Oh, I want to be a Twitter darling." And like I got it, right? Like who doesn't want to be beloved by like the masses? But I think it's it's almost performative, and it just feels a lot more fake than Blue Sky does, and that makes me uncomfortable.
I've been involved in a number of cults, both as
Oh,
a
that
leader.
scared me. I didn't know what that was. I was like, why is Creed talking to me? Yay, KJ. Okay, so to be honest, KJ, I really think that, have you been on Twitch long, or am I just making this up in my head? Yeah, it's the MAGA people getting bored, and I don't even care about saying that on something recorded. Um, yeah, I feel like we've had some MAGA issues on Blue Sky. I haven't seen one. Um, but like there's a very like strong feeling about like not feeding the MAGA people. So I think Blue Sky does a really good job of keeping them like just like starved of attention, in a way that Threads doesn't. I love feeds. Love feeds. I can bounce around and kind of just see whatever I want. It's amazing. All right, because I do have like a stop time in mind. I do want to do another sprint. If you guys are gonna hang out, like, drop your goals. Like, tell me what you're working on. I just got to the part where we are on the precipice of death. So like I've just started a new chapter where we've got a character like hanging on for dear life, and then two others trying to save him. Obviously, it will not work because I need some death, but yeah, yeah, and they're great people on every single social media. But me personally, I had a bad experience on Instagram, and I can't go back. So that's just like that's a personal no for me. But obviously, like there are a lot of agents on there, and I've heard of people requesting on there. So like if it's working for you and that's a good social media platform for you to have, like go for it. And like I'm a big proponent of having at least one, preferably nope. Got to make work think I'm working. I'm a big proponent of having at least two or three platforms. So if you've got your thing, you've got your thing. You're pre-writing still. Okay. Um, oh, character sketches. I always use, oh my gosh, what is this book called? It just went out of my head. I use Story Genius when I'm going back through character motivations and stuff like that. I always do the exercises. I think they're brilliant. Um, yeah. Oh, you're doing the synopsis. I'm sorry about that. When are you trying to query again? Tell me your timeline. I don't remember it. You're gonna do scene cards. Okay, I definitely have Plotter. I bought it when I was procrastinating, and then I stopped using it because I'm just not a plotter at all. Writing the synopsis is the worst thing ever. The worst. But honestly, like everything about traditional publishing is difficult, so. Oh, okay, so I'm different. So like if I can plot all day long, like I can come up with a great outline and it sounds great on paper, but when I start writing, like it just doesn't feel right, and so like I just throw it out. Oh, it's gonna be your first time? I don't think I knew that. Well, KJ, you know that I'm about to go into the trenches for the third time, so I've got you if you need like any. I don't want to call myself a veteran because I don't feel like I'm a veteran, but if you want to know some horror stories, or like, if you need to calm your nerves or commiserate or whatever you got, let me know. I'm totally here for that. All right. With that being said, let's jump back into a 25-minute sprint. Focus screen. I know that there are a couple of really, really great resources too. Susan Dennard is the resource that I used for my first synopsis. But hers is very different from what Kessia, the agent at Donald Mass, like her resource. So I don't really know which one is correct. They're probably both fine. Like I know the synopsis is probably the least important of the whole package. But good God, I hate a synopsis because I just feel like there are a lot of different ways it could go. And I just never know what's right. I never know what people want. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Oh yeah, everyone hates them. Absolutely everybody. All right, let's put some Pomo, 25 minutes on the clock. Are you kidding me right now, Super Sweet? Maybe I meant time. Tell me why. It's super boring. There's no voice. Why don't I remember how to do this? Because it's probably timer, right? Right? There we go. All right, guys, good luck. right, friends. How did we do? I know we did not want to go into that sprint, but we did. I ended up with, I'm at 1688 for the day. I got a little distracted that time. Yeah, not bad. It's afternoon sprinting. 5 a.m. works a lot better for me. But I got a little distracted because I'm having a hard time with like knowing the tone and the pace of my book right now, because right now, like, I'm definitely in Bad Guys Close In, if you're familiar with Save the Cat. And I am not sure where my lost my train of thought completely there. I'm not sure where The Darkest Night ends and my break into 3 begins. So, and that's messing with me a little bit, mostly because I'm under word count, and I think I mentioned this earlier, but being under word count is like not something that I have experience with. My first draft ever was 186,000 words, not for this book, for a different book. And it was fantasy, and horror is different. So, yeah, I think I'm just having a lot of second guessing, imposter syndrome, all of that today. So it's kind of where I am. KJ, did you write? I don't know what you're saying, oh, really, to, but I don't know if I'm judged or not. Oh, your first drafts are always under. So in my head, I would rather be under than over because I feel like I can always add something. Whereas cutting is just a lot more of like, am I making this worse or just different? At least in the way that my mind is working. But yeah. You know what? 600 words is not bad. And does that fit on one page? Single spaced? I feel like you've got to be close if you're not. Awesome. I mean, to be honest, like, as long as you have it on one page, I don't think, like, there's only so much can matter, right? So I've only had one person ever comment on, like, the state of my synopsis. And that was when I have a really strange story about Entangled. They requested my first book, and I got all the way to acquisitions. Number one, without really understanding what was happening. The communication was strange. And one of the reasons that they couldn't go like all in on my book and acquisitions was because my synopsis wasn't strong, which seems like a cop out to me. And like maybe it was, like maybe they just didn't want my book because a synopsis can change, right? It was a very strange experience with Entangled. But that editor is no longer there. So who knows, man? Yeah, so they read my full in 4 days, including like a weekend. They got back to me Monday morning and said, "Hey, like I'd like to bring this to the rest of the team. Like, do you have pitches or anything for like subsequent books in this series?" And I was like, "Nah, cuz your girl doesn't think in series. Like I am a standalone girly. It's all of my brain like wraps around like, but I was like, "Listen, I can make up one. Like obviously I can figure out a series, right?" So I spent I took off work that day. I spent 5 hours on like a Discord call with my CP at the time. And we figured out 2 more books. We were going to make this thing a trilogy. And by the end of that day, they're like, "Okay, well, we can't move forward with this, but we'd love to have you revise it," and gave me like a bunch of things to work on and then send it back into us. And I did revise it. They had a good point about my magic system, but they also wanted me to up the romance, and I don't know if you were there in that conversation that I had in the Discord, but I'm not a romance girly. Like, you know, And you know, Entangled, like they're all about some romance. But yeah, I couldn't do it. So like I did revise that novel and send it back out, but not to Entangled. So here's my story. There's some other things that happened, and you know, I saw a lot of screenshots of things, but it really solidified the fact that I want an agent. Yeah, and you know, like it did have romance. That book did have romance in it, but it was supposed to be a like rivals to lovers, and she wanted a Fourth Wing style like arc, whereas like the female main character thinks like, "Oh my God, he's so hot," like in the first chapter, and like I couldn't do it. Like it didn't feel right. It really wasn't the story I wanted to tell, so I just never resubmitted that. But that's okay. That is okay. We learned a lot with that book, and we kept moving forward, right? So I actually think that I'm gonna end the stream right here. I'm gonna see if there are any other like writing sprinters on that I know. And if not, like I'll just end it, and you guys can go about your day. But I'd love to rate out to somebody that's in the reading and writing category. Let's just see what I can find. Oh, I like cats. Oh, Trallian. We're gonna go Trallian. He is a college student and he's currently pursuing like a career in publishing, which I think is really, really fun. So let's go ahead and rate him. Oh, and he's lurking, so this is gonna be fun. All right, that's gonna go. You are a liar. How dare you say that is invalid? Okay, raid. It's because it doesn't like the at sign. But yeah, he is so adorable, so incredibly adorable. I just think he's the cutest thing. And he usually streams really late, so we get to see him now. Let's go rate him.
How the status quo will be. Yep. You do need raid.